And let's get back to the UK now. Former political strategist to Labor Prime Minister Tony Blair John McTernan joins us. Also, he's a strategist for Julia Gillard here, so we know each other well. John, it's time we check in on Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
Can he survive this?
Yeah, sure he can. He survived it on Monday. He had the worst week ever, and there's a cliche in UK politics that the Prime Minister's having his worst week ever. It literally was. He saw his Chief of Staff go. He saw his direct communications go. He saw a leader of the Scottish Labour Party call on him to go, but eventually every member of the cabinet came out to support him. He's got to stay. He's got some time now, and it's in his hands. His future is now finally in his hands. He's promoted two very, very good women to be the Joint Chief of Staff, and he can now actually push out his agenda. He's got to do big things on housing. He's got to do big things. Some of the things he's got to do, copy Australia. He's got to ban smartphones in school. He's got to actually get around the country and showing that there is an industrial strategy built on defence, that there's a construction strategy built on councils building more houses, and he's got to make sure that the green transition delivers new jobs, not just in solar panels and installation like that, but in heavy industrial jobs like nuclear reactors.
But John, I mean, surely the Epstein issue is not going away. This is the biggest royal scandal that you've seen there in the UK for many decades. It is engulfing Keir Starmer. How has he explained away appointing Mandelson when apparently his checkered history was well known? Well, not apparently. It was there for everyone to see. He seemed to fail up constantly.
Oh, look, he's said, and it's going to come out because all the papers are going to be published about the vetting process. He says that Peter Mandelson lied to him. He says the process was gone through the normal Cabinet Office procedures. But the core thing is, the royal scandal is obviously separate from the UK. The King is Australia's monarch as well as the UK's monarch. I think the King has acted quite decisively over his brother, and I would imagine that if there's any suggestion that he should go to, that the former prince should go to America to testify either towards Congress or to courts, I think the King would be putting his brother on a plane almost immediately. So there's been quite swift movement from the palace ever since the revelation of continued contact came out.
But as a Labor man, John, how do you feel about this Mandelson character? Not only the unsavoury things in the Epstein files, but the fact that he was willing to sell out his own country as well and help Epstein get around certain taxes that were planned. I mean, it's pretty galling.
It's terribly galling. Someone said to me, a Labour colleague, an activist, said to me, we all knew he was a bit dodgy, but we never knew he was a traitor. And I think that's really a very deep feeling in the Labour Party, that, you know, within seconds of receiving government documentation, Peter Mandelson was apparently flicking it on to Jeffrey Epstein, who could make financial advantage out of it. And I think that's the thing which hurts the Labour Party the most in the end. Labour politicians are not meant to be greedy for money. Exactly. That's the thing we say the Tories, we accuse the Tories of, and that it's so hypocritical for the party of equality, the party that tries to tackle poverty, the party that stands for working people, for one of the cabinet ministers representing the Labour Party in government to be plainly working for their own profit and also for the profit of a man who had already been convicted of child prostitution, of trafficking young girls.
Exactly.
And that was a plea bargain.
But John, you just said, you know, you've spoken to some Labor colleagues that said, oh, we knew he was a bit dodgy, but we didn't know he was a traitor. Does that mean that they were willing to withstand the fact that he was dodgy?
No, look, I think it's that they meant that he was somebody, you know, a spin doctor, somebody who was in the dark, somebody who would manipulate people for votes in the Labour Party. I think people never thought that he would sell out his country. I think that's the thing. And there's so much greed runs through the emails, and that is the biggest thing. It's just like, you know, there's things that go on in politics to push other people up and down, but this is nothing like it. It went so far beyond it, and I think, you know, what's going to happen in the UK? It'll provide coverage for journalists for a long time. Every single email, every single WhatsApp message, every single text message relating to the appointment of Peter Mandelson as ambassador, between him and any advisors, between him and any ministers, between him and any cabinet ministers. All this material is going to be published in coming weeks. And I think that's one reason why the PM Keir Starmer has to burn up the road. He's got to be out there doing things that really matter while the past is picked over. He can't change the past, but he can affect the future of Britain.
John, always good to talk to you. Thanks for staying up late for us. We'll speak again very soon.